to be discussing else-if statements in Java. So here, we'll just start from scratch actually. So let's get right into it. Say that we have an integer called number, and we're going to declare it, and we're going to initialize it to have a value of 20. Let's put an if statement here to start. If number is less than, let's do 10 actually, then we can have the code print A, just like that. And before I move on, a couple things about this here. So the curly braces I'm highlighting right now are only required when you have 2 or more statements under the if or else. In this case, we only have 1, so it doesn't really apply, but I just like getting into the habit of putting them there anyway, even when they're not required and there's only 1 statement. So you'll probably see me doing that a lot. And the other thing is the indentation of the print statement. That's not required by Java. This would compile just fine if we didn't indent it, but again, I like seeing that format with the indentation. It's just appealing to me, and it makes it clear what's under the if, so you'll see me doing that a lot as well. And in other languages, such as Python, it is actually required. So let's get into else-if statements. So else-if statements are most useful when you have to choose between multiple things. So what I mean by that is, say that we didn't do else if and we just did if here. And let's do number is less than 15. Let's have the code print out the character B. So the significance of the keywords else if like that is that it's going to execute this only if the statements above it, such as this if, evaluate to false. So say that this if evaluated to false, it would then move on to this else if. But if this if evaluated to true and our number was less than 10, the code will not even consider the else if statement here. It'll just exit out of the conditional altogether. But if this were another if, the code would print both A and B because the number would be less than both 10 and 15. So it's useful when you only want it to do one thing out of the plethora of options. So let's put in another else if number is less than 25. And let's have it print C if this is indeed the case. And let's end it with just a simple else statement, meaning if all of this evaluates to false, then it's going to just print D. Just simple characters there. They don't really represent anything, A, B, C, D. I'm just using them for the purposes of this. Then let's close off our brackets. So let's have number equal to 20. So what are we going to get here after running it up? Sorry, let me just save this file. There we go. And we get C because both of these evaluate to false. Our else if statement here evaluates to true, so it prints C, and the code is going to stop there. It's not going to evaluate this last else statement, which is the significance of the if, else, as I previously mentioned. If we change number to 14, then our code is going to print B because it's less than 15, and then it'll exit out. Likewise, if our code puts number equal to 9, then it's going to print A because this condition evaluates to true, and then while 9 is less than 15 and 25, none of this is going to run because this statement has already ran, and these are not ifs, these are else ifs. That's the significance of the else if, as I mentioned previously. And for our last example, if our number is 26, meaning it's greater than 25, then we're going to get D, because in that case all of this is false and we run the code under this else and it prints D. So we will not see more than one character printing here, as you can see. And that's where the else if is really important. So I hope you understood else if statements. If you have any questions, feel free to shoot us an email. Please make sure to subscribe to our channel, and I will see everyone for our next video. Thank you very much.